Pnawn da, croeso, good morning, sorry, good afternoon, and welcome to the Merthyr Tydfil County Borough Cabinet meeting of Wednesday, the 9th of November 2022. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and may be broadcast via the authority's internet site. The images and sound recording may also be used for training purposes within the authority. So, if we go straight to the agenda, have we got any apologies? Thank you very much, Miles. Declarations of interest. No declarations of interest. So item 3 of the agenda is corporate well-being plan, recovery, transformation and improvement plan and self-assessment report. To consider the report of the Chief Executive, Councillor Barry, are you taking the report?
Chair. Corporate Wellbeing Plan, Recovery Transformation Improvement Plan and Self-Assessment Report. No, Andrew Mogford, appreciate this. So this report is about one report and two plans, which of course replace the annual performance report, and I'm happy to report the self-assessment report Council this afternoon, then incorporated into the Corporate Wellbeing Plan, as will the RTI plan. I'm part of the board first, and then incorporated in the corporate plan, which is driven by the vision, and aligned to the medium-term financial plan. That's clear to everybody. I'm sure Andrew Mogford will understand that. So it describes, the report describes the governance architecture, namely the corporate wellbeing plan, which is driven by the vision of the administration, Social Service Wellbeing Wales Act 2015, as well as the Wellbeing of Future Generations Wales Act 2015. RTI plan, the Recovery Transformation Improvement Plan, which transforms into the board, replacing the Assurance Board, incorporated into the plan. Self-assessment report, our first following the new legislation, which will be presented at full council this afternoon, and has been to audit on the 24th of October, and of course replaces the annual report. We are consulting, engaging to a point where this will be agreed and financed through the medium-term financial plan, and so to the recommendation, I should say, which is simply progress regarding the council's corporate self-assessment report.
Thank you, Councillor Barry. And another recommendation.
Is there another one? Closure of the Recovery Transformation Improvement Plan, done in line with the plan timeline, with outstanding aspects being built into business as usual processes. 2.3, the consultation on our well-being objectives following the...
Thank you, Councillor Barry. And I believe Councillor Hughes has seconded this. Thank you, Councillor Hughes. Have we got any questions on the report? No? Any comments? No? That's all I'd like to say before we take to the vote. Officer, is just to say what a piece of work this is, and it's been a long journey through difficult times, through the pandemic, and I could just thank the officers sticking with it through the over the last 3 years, because it's been a hard old slog. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
Just all button married.
Thank you very much. Item 4 on the agenda is the revenue budget monitoring for 2022-23, quarter 2, and Councillor Barry will be taking this again.
Thank you, Chair. We have our projected revenue outturn at the end of quarter 2, as at the 30th September 2022, which stands projected for the financial year 2023 to be a net revenue deficit 2,471,000, considered at budget board on the 26th of October, detailed to Appendix 1. Budget variants are detailed in Appendix 2, page 19, followed by the considerable analysis of the variances considered in Appendix 3, pages 26. Section 5 to 510 outlines the various surpluses and transfers, focusing on future expected pressures. Social services, we have projected overspend of 804,000 with a variety. Within education at 5.11, 5.15, we had a projected overspend of 893,000, with the overspend all doubling since Q1. Economy and public protection stands at a deficit of 368,000. Neighbourhood services stands at a deficit of 66,000, with Ash Dieback causing, being thrust to the press. We continue to monitor our financial position very carefully, as we have in previous years. The pressures coming predominantly from energy cost, pay award, capital financing costs. Difficulty with our monitoring report at this time is the economic financial landscape changing at such a pace. Even today's cabinet report we have before us, as of the 30th of September, is nearly 6 weeks out of date, and in that time, early October, following Liz Truss's mini budget, financial markets went into meltdown. 19th of October, inflation at 10.1%. 20th of October, Truss resigns. 25th of October, Prime Minister. 3rd November, Bank of England, 8th consecutive rise of interest rates from 0.75% to 3%, the highest rise since 1980, decades ago. The pace of change is frightening, Chair, and all the indicators go in the wrong direction. Hence, such a bleak outlook for 2023-24 and for the following 3. Unless central government and Welsh government step up and realise the predicament of all Welsh councils, we're in real trouble. Financial year 23-24, the darkest period in this and every other Welsh authority's financial history, described by the WLGA's finance subgroup paper led by John Ray as potentially catastrophic. And on that happy note, to the recommendations, 2.1, the Revenue Budget Monitoring Report 2022-23 financial year based on the second quarter projections be accepted. 2.2, budget variants assigned at Appendix 2 be approved. 0.3, manages to urgently address projected budget deficits within the respective service area, identifying all possible measures to offset deficits.
Thank you, Councillor Barry, for painting such a black picture on this awful November day. But you were right. You know, I think history will look back at this autumn as being maybe a total change in life. Okay, who's seconding the report? I believe it's Jenkins.
I second that, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Jenkins. Have we got any questions on the report? Any comments? Councillor Hughes.
I'd just like to put the people of Merthyr at ease to say that we got a team here that will do the utmost to protect the budgets that we have got, and I know the service management team are the best, so I'd like to put that on record.
Thank you, Councillor Hughes. Any comments from anybody else? So let's take that to the vote then. Thank you, Monitor Officer. Item 5 of the agenda is the temporary change to Council's mileage rate. Councillor Barry, I believe you're taking this report again.
Thank you, Chair. Temporary change to Council's mileage rate related to the previous report. In the cost of living crisis, in no small part, is being driven by the high cost of fuel. We are seeking approval today to increase the mileage rate paid by 45p per mile to 50p 1st of November, to be reviewed in March 2023. A national joint approach agreed by Welsh Local Government Association has been in effect from the 26th of September. If agreed, the new rate will be in place this authority from 1st of November 2022. The part-year increase in cost for the authority for the current year, 5,000, funded through existing budget. One has the joint recommendation simply a 2.1 share is the change to the mileage rate from the joint protocol.
Thank you, Councillor Barry. Councillor Jones, I believe you seconded this. Thank you very much. Have we any questions? Any comments? Oh, let's go straight to the vote then. Item 6 of the agenda is highways adoptions, and I believe Councillor Hughes.
Highways adoptions. Summary of the report is found in 1.1 to 1.3. Attached in table appendix 1 outlines highways that have been constructed as part of the housing development in the county borough. The table also includes the final inspection dates of each development. The highways have been inspected by the highways officer and have been constructed to the standard that enables the council to adopt them as highways maintainable at the public expense. In the event that the Cabinet accepts the recommendation 2.1 below, notices will be displayed in the relevant locations declaring that the highways will be maintainable at the public expense. Should no valid objections be received within 1 month of the date advised within the notice, the recommendations are that the adoption of the street as detailed in table appendix 1 under the Highways Act of 1980 to section 38 and 22.8 be approved. I therefore move.
Thank you, Councillor Hughes. Have we got a seconder?
Happy to second the report.
Thank you, Councillor Simmons. Have we got any questions? Councillor Barry?
Very technical. Yeah, thank you, Chair. I've had verbal assurances that Court Bevan has been, had that road tested right the way through the system. We had a sinkhole there a while ago. You see, there are concerns not just from residents but as ward councillors that the tests have been done on the whole length of that road to ensure that as best we can that won't happen again. And I'm happy with that, but I just want to put that if that can be confirmed.
Aaron Morris, I can confirm that the test has been done.
Aaron, would you like to come in?
Yeah, just to confirm, the sinkhole is actually the fault of the contractor themselves. It wasn't as a result of mine workings or anything like that. And the works are all corrected under our supervision, so there's no issues from our point of view.
Thank you very much for that, Aaron. Any further questions? Any comments? So, sure I'm in the right place now. Yes. So item 7 of the report is an information report on the Transforming Towns programme for Merthyr Tydfil placemaking grant programme. Excellent report. Well worth a read. And item 8 on the agenda is the Aspire Shared Apprenticeship programme and funding from the Cardiff Capital Region. And it talks about the success of the Aspire programme to date. And again, an excellent piece of work. Item 9 is to deal with any other urgent business deemed by the chair. I haven't any. But what we'd have to do now is go into the exempt part of the meeting. So can I ask somebody to call for a section 100, please?
Happy to call for section 100, Chair.
Thank you. Have we got a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Jenkins. So if there's,
Just
yes.
show of
there's a show of hands then. If we
hands.
go in there.
Oh,
On
it
the,
is
on the,
on the screen, is
on the
it?
screens,
Sorry.
okay.
Right.
Everybody votes there. Thank you very much. Meeting now moves into its closed session. Caris, can you please confirm that we can proceed, please?